Hello, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. I am Tom Goodwin. This is Michelle Ronquillo.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back.
And the subject today has to do with spiritual independence.
Yes, independently you. Who is your voice? Where is your voice? What is your confidences? What do you say? What do you drive to have done in your life, in your purposes, in your goals? You have to be voiceful. You have to be independent. You have to believe with confidence that you're going to get these things done.
You have to be able to stand on your own and not be dependent on people, especially since a lot of times people around you are not going to be of the best benefit to you. It's better for you to be the benefit and take care of yourself. Because then you don't have to worry about being desperate for somebody at any time. And desperation is what causes abusive relationships.
You know, when I talk to people about self-independence of a relationship, you are the cake. You fill the ingredients of everything that makes the cake. You bake the cake. You are the cake. The other person is the enhancement. They're the frosting. You have to be independently strong to know that you can live and survive on your own and do the actions for yourself in the independent steps of your life. We're alone, but we're not alone. You know what I mean? The ebb and flow of being alone, but not alone, but in the strength of being alone is that independence.
And you need spiritual empowerment.
Yes.
And that's why I keep talking about that we live in a spiritual field that backs up, that underlies the universe. And we can feed off that spiritual field and we maintain that spiritual field because we are the empowered ones. It's up to us to make a difference in our reality.
Right.
We don't have a dictator. I mean, some people believe we have a dictator that tells us what to do spiritually, but that's not the way it works in this day and time we live in. It may have been all right in the age of dictators, in the age in which every leader seemed to think they were, connected to God directly. They were part God or something like that. We don't live in an age like that anymore. And we live in a very advanced technological age, and we cannot have primitive beliefs that have some kind of dictator type figure telling us what to do and bullying us all the time.
Yeah, and understanding that in spiritual walkings and programs, we wake up, we have to handle the auto negative thoughts in our day, who's frustrating us, what if we're depressed, how to get out of bed and have positive, motivation to do the responsibility things that you have to do, work, school, family, all that stuff you have to do. You can't be running to go ask somebody what decisions or choices that you're going to make in your day. No, you make them. You make them. So when you do the little things in your spiritual choices, then logically you can do this big spiritual choices that you need to make in life.
I just came back from a meditative walk. And when I do the meditative walk, I walk in such a way that I'm pulling in, like a vacuum cleaner, the energy from the universe to feed me.
Right.
I'm pulling it in. What happens when you push past a certain effort level, the universe has to feed you. You force the universe to feed you by putting in the effort that makes the universe have to feed you.
And that's the walks of you. That's the walks of what you're doing in life. You pull in the joys, you pull in the strengths, you pull in the confidence, you pull in the independent of you. You pull in being you. It doesn't matter if you stand out and people don't understand you and you're weird. So what? You are doing your walks for your life and being independently strong for your health and the things that happen to make you a better person.
Now, I was born neurologically different, and people did not understand me, as they tend not to do with neurologically different people. And the psychological community tends to see their behaviors as disorders rather than a lot of their behaviors are just coping devices, which can be developed into meditative exercises, and that's what I've done. So I'm used to people, having to be independent, having to do it on my own. Because I'm the only one that's going to enable me to survive. If I depend on these people that don't understand me, which is almost everybody out there, I'm not going to survive.
Right.
So I had to do that. But that's why I'm spiritually independent. But I'm that type of spirit. That's what I am, a spiritual pioneer. It's for a reason. I do not need other people all the time. I will utilize people when they are of value to me, but I will not utilize people when they don't understand me and they'll just threaten my survival and they will not value what I have to offer to this world.
Right.
And that's just the truth. That's the hard truth. And some people have to face that hard truth, but they're the explorers. They're the ones that make a big difference in the world, the ones that are independent enough that if the whole world turns against them, so what? They don't understand. So what? How many people in history have had almost the whole world turn against them and they kept on going? And that's when you can tell whether a person has a strong spiritual character. What do they do when everybody deserts them?
Right. And understanding that you got to be strong and independent for yourself. Understanding that those things and those rooted ways are of you, by you, and through you. It doesn't matter in the reputation what anyone else thinks or feels, as long as you have the confidence, you have the bravery, and you have the passion to do the purposes of the betterment of yourself. And that is what is very important. I myself was always, put out as the odd one. I was always loud and nobody understood what I was saying but I kept pushing in my own ways and said, the people that will be around me, that understand me, will be the support system, because I give and receive back that supporting energies, that it doesn't matter. I came in alone. I'm going to go out alone, and I have to have the confidence and independence to do this alone. And yes, it's great to have a support system. You need one, but you can be independently strong to do it on your own.
And you have to have spiritual theories that enable you to handle what the universe will offer you. And sometimes that's extremely rough. You don't get bitter. Because the universe does things for a reason. It teaches you lessons for a reason. It challenges you for a reason. It's meant to be that way. So if you get bitter, all you're going to do is get sick and hurt yourself.
Yeah, it implodes you, like we talked about the science, and your cells. Bitter is not better. Being, because people are mean to you, you have this bitterness and this grudge and this, no. You have mercy for people that are acting stupid. You can't fix stupid. Stupid has to fix itself. You have to be independently strong to know that you have, I'm glad I learned that lesson. That guy needs to learn his lesson. But I've learned it. Quack, quack off of, water off a duck's back. The energies of spiritual can be like the dog. You soak it in. You have to shake it off. Or you can let it roll off, beat off like the water off a duck's back, off those feathers. And then stretch your wings out and then fly away from the negative, toxic people. Remove yourself. And the more you get spiritual, the more you'll notice that people are falling away. They don't get it. They don't want to do the work. It's hard.
And a lot of times the people that intellectually have high IQs, in their mind is just full of stuff, but they're locked in.
Right.
And they can have a lot of stupid ideas, an awful lot of stupid ideas, because they have a big brain just full of them.
Right.
But they're not ideas that interface with reality very well. And they don't work really well in this day and age. You wonder why we have so many serious problems, because we have so many people in elite universities that are being brainwashed with stuff that does not really work in the real world well enough.
Well, that's like what we were saying in one of our other videos, in understanding that your reality, that we're talking about, independent reality, needs to match the reality around us. It needs to match with what's going on in the reality today. And if those theories and those things do not work, they only work for the person in their own reality, that's delusional. It doesn't matter how smart you are. If you're not taking those spiritual lessons and the values that work in our everyday life, no, they're useless.
And I tend to see myself as a really intense radical centrist. And when you come from the center, you can see all sides. You can see the whole picture better than anybody.
Right.
And a lot of times people think the way we're going to make a difference in this world is to take an extreme position one side or the other, and that's going to make a positive difference. But that tends to be delusional. The people on the extremes, they tend to get violent. They tend to lose it.
Well, look, we're all individuals. We're all unique. There's only one of us in the whole world. So logically, how can we be polarized to just one or the other? It doesn't work. We have 5 different learning styles. We're all different. We all see things differently. It's like-minded individuals bringing in their like-minded, strong spiritual purposes and strengths to everybody. You share it, you voice it. Everybody gets to look at it and say, that might work for me, because of the simple fact that we need things in the spiritual that matter, that's going to make people move. And that's compassion. That's backing people up and supporting them in their goals and in their dreams when it literally is going to make a difference in this world.
And when you're talking about spiritual independence, when you have that balance in the center, in the complicated center where you have to see all sides and all angles, when you have that balance, you're in a very strong position. They're going to have a hard time knocking you off balance.
Right.
It's the person that's taken a one-sided viewpoint that gets readily knocked off balance because they're already off balance.
Right.
They're already not seeing reality head on. We do live in a spiritual backward world. And a lot of people don't understand that. But if you don't understand that, you're going to have a hard time developing spiritual independence because there's all kinds of craziness out here.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much.
Yes, this is Positive Vibes Enterprise. We appreciate your time. I think we hit this right on the head.
Yes,
subject.
we did. Thank you so much. And please subscribe, and we will be back for another one. Leave us your voices of your independent thought. Thank you so much.